Now, Midas has become an international company because there is now Midas Nordic based up in Sweden, and I am now joined by the CEO and Sales Director, Michael Bratt. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, hi, thank you. Nice to be here.
First of all, Michael Bratt, not a very Swedish name.
Michael is Mikael in Swedish, but yeah, it's quite international as well. Bratt is a Nordic name, so it's from the Viking time, more or less.
Because Irish was populated by the Vikings, so we're practically related. Now, Midas Nordic, what does that focus on?
Nordic, of course. We take what is the most best offerings here in Ireland that is also possible to, you can say, duplicate into the Nordics. So we take cloud offerings from the IT offerings. We also have consultancy offerings. We're doing development for the latest in the telecom technology, like 4G and LTE development. And then we also, like we're listening here today, to this launch of Vital. Also Vital is unique also in Sweden. So we're going to take also the Vital offering to Sweden.
Now, as an observer, I also would have classed Sweden as a very technological company. I think of the technological companies that have been around for years, even decades, the like of Nokia, which although it didn't initially start as a technology company, we always look upon Sweden as kind of the centre of technology in northern countries. But yet, you're taking your lead from not only Ireland, but from the middle of Ireland, from companies like Vital.
Yeah, Vital is unique in this perspective, and I give you right that we are early adopters of new technology, especially when it comes to wireless, using mobiles and that stuff. People are using it on a daily basis in work, but also in private. So it's an early market, and that's why we need to select the most peaky, the strongest offerings from Midas and other places, and to replicate them into the Nordics.
Now, if you take a project like Vital, what is the health system like in Sweden? Is it centralised, or are there more individual hospitals? Would it be easy to integrate a product like Midas, like Vital, into the Nordic health system?
I would say overall it's centralized, and we also have a very easy way to get access to data, because everything is already digitalized when it comes to medical records and so on. So you can enter into almost any hospital and just show up your medical or your personal identity, and they can find your background and so on. So start to treat you, but still they don't have the possibility to predict the problems that the Vital contributes with. So it adds something into it. Yes.
So you could turn up at any hospital in Sweden with your number or your card, and all your records are kind of just centrally located on a computer. That's a fantastic system, and obviously great for the likes of Vital to hook into, which will be able to predict your next disease.
Yeah, so like the message for Vital is that it's easy to implement. It's just takes like 1, 2, 3 months really into the technical implementation. So with the infrastructure already in place in Sweden, I think it should be like a no-brainer to really push it out. The things that are going to take time is more about to talk with politicians, look into the budget work and come to decision and that kind of thing. But that's why we should work with connections and just start a little bit of a small proof of concept project showing that it's working.
So is there going to be a race now between Ireland and Sweden to see who puts the first Vital system into a hospital?
You can put it like that, but in fact, the way we work within Midas is that we start actually with things in Ireland, because this is the head office of Midas, and then we take the references further on into Sweden. If we happen to be first in Sweden, it might be like a shot. But the normal way of operation is that we actually build references over here, and then we replicate it in Sweden.
Well, Michael Bratt, the CEO and Sales Director of Midas Nordics, thank you so much for your time.
Okay, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.